I've been at Sony Pictures Imageworks for the last 20 years, so it's been many years of me being in this business. And before that, I was actually in the engineering business. I was in the aerospace engineering business for almost 10 years prior to that. And I think that's where a lot of my interest in the physicality of these animated performances come from. So one of the key things, and now I've done a lot of different kinds of films at Imageworks, and one of, well, I've sort of gravitated recently anyway, to the visual effects side of things, because that's where a lot of our business has been recently. But we're also doing the animated features as well, and every year coming out with something new. I was an animation supervisor on a film called Surf's Up, which was an animated feature, which was a lot of fun, and that was more of a cartoon-based and the physicality of a cartoon-based film. So I've kind of done a lot of both, and then gravitating back to being asked to do these Spider-Man films, the focus has been a lot more on physics and getting the physics right. And it's such an important concept. I've kind of shied away from a lot of the superhero movies in the past, because in the past a lot of times superheroes could just do anything, and it seems like it was also kind of preposterous that they could do these things without any grounding in physics. So when Mark Webb, our director, expressed an interest in really getting the physics to be what it needs to be to make it believable, that's where it's definitely sparked an interest with me, because I really wanted to see what we could do to take these superheroes and bring a level of physicality to them that perhaps wasn't explored before. And I think that's where my engineering background kicked in. And I think the key thing is that when we talk about superheroes is that, you know, we can say that a superhero has a superhero feature. Let's say he has incredible strength or incredible speed. In Spider-Man's case, he can swing from, you know, on his web through the streets of New York and not be destroyed by the gravitational forces and torn to pieces. If we say that he can do that, then we give him that. We say that that's his superpower. But in doing that, that doesn't mean that he can break every other physical law of nature. And in other words, when he releases the web, he doesn't just fly because he's a superhero. He is falling, and the natural laws of physics needs to take over. And I think that's one of the weaknesses we've seen when animators come from an animated feature background or a stylized background, that they tend to disregard a lot of these basic physics notions, and suddenly, yes, he is flying, or these physical laws aren't taken into account. And I think I've noticed that a lot of this is not really being taught in schools, as far as art schools. Certainly technical schools is a place where you get that kind of information, but it's great to be able to get a show where we can actually start really exploring the physicality of this stuff. So I think it's really important. A really important thing to help ground your physics is to really truly study, if you want to do this kind of movie, study the physics involved and apply that to the animation that you're doing.